today it looks like Jurgen Strand Larsen has wrapped up a deal to head to Crystal Palace for £45 million plus 5 million in add-ons. Now, I liked the idea of someone going for Strand Larsen on a cheap deal in the summer because he was on a team that was going to get relegated and it felt like there'd probably be a deal to be done for a reasonable price. Instead, he's going for what feels like absolute top of the market money. Like, this is the kind of money that they rejected for him from Newcastle in the summer. Obviously, it must mean Mateta's off as well, but this is a huge outlay for a guy who I like, but who this season certainly has not exactly been setting the world alight.
No, I mean, in fact, in yesterday's newsletter, I think Kim said that Forest had a bid for Mateta for 35 million rejected, and the report was that Palace wanted 40 million. So it's not a big difference, but even then, so like they're selling Mateta for less than what they're paying for Strand Larsen, and that too, what they're paying to a team which is like almost guaranteed relegated. Obviously, the price is one thing, and that's clearly questionable one. But as for the player, I do think that makes sense for Palace to go for someone like Strand Larsen as a Mateta replacement, because I think he offers you good movement, makes good runs towards both sides in both channels, and that's something I think Palace can definitely use with their striker as both as an outlet, but also as they try to build out quickly, get on those artificial transitions. And he's also like generally good in transition with his carrying. He can create shots for himself. He works hard. He's obviously physically strong enough and proven in the Premier League. Not so much this season, of course, but like last season he was pretty good. Like, I do understand going for Strand Larsen as a Mateta replacement. I do not understand paying more for him than what you're getting for Mateta.
No, same here. Though I guess, Wolves will look at it and say, well, he's got a contract until 2030. And I don't know, maybe his salary is low enough that they felt, yeah, we can actually take him down to the Championship if need be. We can play hardball here. But yes, it does seem like a bit of a strange one, especially because with Strand Larsen, I think that there are reasons to believe that he scales up on better teams, because in the past he's had more shots, more expected goals, both on a better version of Wolves and in Spain. That is a belief. It's not something I can prove, and it does feel with this one like there's a little bit of a disconnection between the stats guys and the ball knowers. I look at Strand Larsen and I do think, yeah, this is a guy who can physically compete, who's a good age, who has previously had good underlying numbers in the Premier League, or at least good expected goal numbers in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The way Palace play, at least up till now, historically, it's kind of been okay for their striker to be fairly low shot, but high XG per shot. Yeah. Strand Larsen can do that. And this season, even this season, you've seen him dropping and receiving those vertical passes while they have runners around him. That feels like a fairly good fit for what he'd need to do at Palace.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously we don't know who the next coach is going to be, but you can definitely still see that with this group of players, you'd likely play a somewhat similar style. So when you think about the guys around him, he'll obviously probably have Yeremy Pino, who will be a kind of person who feeds him more, can fizz those passes into his feet or feed him in behind. He'll probably have a runner alongside for Brandon Johnson, who he can feed or, get into the box alongside to get on the end of crosses or cutbacks, stuff like that. Like, if you're paying that much, I feel like you could probably get a guy you're more confident about. But like I think with Strand Larsen, if it works out, I think he has the potential to be quite good, as you say, scale up really well, and in the long term justify that price. But also there's a possibility where it doesn't work out and it feels like you've clearly overpaid for a guy you really did not need to overpay for. So